Hey there, folks. Welcome back to Genshin Impact. I know it's been a little bit. It's been like over a week, almost 2 weeks since I uploaded tier list. And, well, a lot of things have happened. A lot of opinions have been heard. A lot of views have happened. I got a video, 1,070 views or something like that. Crazy business. Thank you guys so much for watching my video and commenting stuff. I got my first ever dislikes, you guys. That's crazy. I got enough engagement for the haters to come out. It's freaking hilarious. It's awesome. And I couldn't be happier about it. And then, you know, I wasn't able to upload, and now all my momentum is gone. I'll never reach such levels of stardom ever again. It's a bummer. But the video in question is the Maximizing Cyno's Potential video. Big success. I'm very excited for the character coming out next week-ish, if he is the first character on the banner, or in Phase 1, which I believe he is, so we'll be seeing him very, very soon. So we're very excited about that. Things have happened since that video. I made a team. It was, let's see, let's build it really quickly. It was Diona, Dendro Traveler, Cyno stand-in. Kitching is my Cyno stand-in for now. Candace, who I had as Yunjin. This was kind of what I was looking at originally. With Diona, Dendro Traveler, Cyno, and Candace. It was basically just two characters flooding Cyno with Elemental Mastery, and Candace giving Elemental Damage normal attack bonuses, which is going to work with his ultimate. Well, things have come to light. I know a little bit more about how Aggravate and Quicken work, and this is not it, guys. People, understandably, were able to educate me on what I was doing wrong, and I took that criticism to heart, truly, honestly, deeply, and really took a look at what I was doing, and I really just, I put these characters together thinking about one thing, but not the whole picture. And with how Hydro and Electro work, and how often I was going to have Hydro application, it just didn't really seem viable. Cryo and Electro also causes Superconduct, which is an AoE reaction, which is going to really lessen how much Dendro reactions we're going to be able to get. So I've changed things up for the Cyno team. Okay, the new Cyno team is as follows: Kokomi, Yaimiko, Cyno, Dendro Traveler. This is what we're looking at now. We're calling it Anger Management. We have 3 soothing, nice, wonderful characters, and our crazy Cyno, who's going to be dealing a lot of aggravate damage. We have the Electro Resonance, which will be generating a lot more particles for us, as well as lessening our effect of Hydro. It's not the most amazing thing in the world. Honestly, could use a buff. But we're going to be having the Dendro reactions as much as possible here. Cyno is going to be able to deal a lot of electro damage in this comp. A lot of aggravate damage, I should say. Now, the problem lies in Sangonomiya Kokomi here. As a Hydro character, we're still getting Electrocharge. Well, we'll talk about it. I don't think it's as big of a deal. Not to mention, Kokomi is sort of a driver. And so we're not going to be seeing her on field when all the other characters are on field. She's going to be doing her own thing. Yaimiko, hopefully we'll have our turrets up 100% of the time, so we'll be having Electrocharge on one side, and then Cyno and Dendro Traveler and Yaimiko will be doing Aggravate on the other side. So 3 characters and then 2 characters. We're kind of getting a nice split here. I think this is going to work a lot better overall. Cyno is going to lose, you know, 200 Elemental Mastery from Diona ult and a little bit of damage from Candace, but overall I think the your ability to execute in this team comp is so much better than the previous team comp. I think overall it's going to be a much better time. Other developments have also occurred. We have ourselves an artifact set, ladies and gentlemen. Would you believe that I could have conjured up an artifact set in 2 weeks? you never would have believed it. Here we have our starter artifact set. It's not perfect. It's not perfect by any means, but it is a good start here. We're looking at, let's look at her full stats here. 58.9 crit rate and 178 clean crit damage. 112 elemental mastery. It's not perfect. 112 energy recharge. Also not great. We get a nice 61.6 electro damage bonus. Let's take a quick look at the artifacts themselves. We're getting 30 crit rate and 100 crit damage, which I like. Pretty solid stuff there. Let's dive into it. So, with the flower, we have crit rate and crit damage. We got 3 rolls of crit damage. Let's see, 2 crit damage, 1 crit rate, and 1 defense, and 1... no, 2 crit damage rolls, and 1 on all the other ones. That checks out, right? 4 stat, and then 5, you get 5 rolls. Yeah. So good on the crit rate, crit damage. It's not the best crit rate or crit damage, if we're being honest. It could have rolled into both of those one more time. But as I said, this is kind of our starter set. Where we can continue to work on it after we have the character. And we really feel strongly about it. Here is a really perfect piece. Again, well, we got all 4 substats perfect. Exactly what we want. Crit rate, crit damage, elemental mastery, attack percent. I think that's perfect. Maybe energy recharge is a little bit better than attack percent. But considering we're losing elemental mastery by switching our team comps, I'm happy to take a little bit of attack percent. Again, not the best crit damage, but we rolled elemental mastery twice, which is pretty nice. 56 elemental mastery on a non-main stat artifact is pretty nice. And rocking crit rate and crit damage rolls as well. Here we have our off piece. It's a time piece. 40 elemental mastery and 10 crit rate. That's what I'm looking at. I'm not really, we're disregarding the defense stats there. We went ahead and decided to go with the attack percent sands. Again, we're kind of scaling back our elemental mastery. Maybe at this point it might even be better to switch to an elemental mastery cup. What do we have in that category? We have this one piece with no real stats on it. I don't have any other elemental mastery pieces to really look at. Although we do have this with attack and crit damage on it. Maybe it's worth leveling up. Who knows? Who can say? Whoops. We're moving over here to the cup. Electro damage on set with some energy recharge, elemental mastery, and crit damage. It rolled defense twice. Crit damage once. Horribly, mind you. And at least one time energy recharge. Kind of a bummer that the substats worked out the way they did. But I'm pretty happy with electro damage on set. That's pretty great. And a crit damage piece with 5.4 crit rate. Again, substats not the best, but it services itself for now. I think honestly it's a pretty solid piece set, 4-piece set. I'm not going crazy on it. Also, Thundering Fury 4-piece set is really what we want. It's the major driver here. 20% increased damage to aggravate. We're also getting 40% damage buff to electrocharge. So it's not as if Cyno is going to be terrible with Kokomi either. The elemental mastery along with electrocharge and aggravate, he's going to be dealing a lot of damage. And then we're going to be able to get a lot of skill cooldown reductions here. It can recur once every 0.8 seconds. His skill cooldown is 7 seconds, I think. And so being able to run this set will allow us to reduce that cooldown a lot, multiple times, with his normal attacks during a Dendro ult or a Kokomi jellyfish or something like that. He's going to be able to reduce his skill cooldown a lot and get a lot of damage down during his ultimate ability, which I think is really, really exciting. As far as materials for our Cyno, we are well prepared. Well, not well prepared. This is one area we are lacking, is the Mystic Enhancement Ore. We're going to have to really start pumping in this area. We have the artifacts, as we said. Honestly, I think 400 of these is going to cover the 60 or so of these that we need. Although we need, what, 421, 419, something like that, a Hero's Wit, so maybe we do one more day of the ley line event that's going on right now. For reduced resin, we can get a couple more of these, which is nice. What else is going on? We need... oh, yeah. As far as his Ascension materials, I believe he uses the scrolls, which we have enough of in that category. We're chilling. And then he needs these. I think the weapon needs these. He needs these. We have 253 fungal spores, which should translate to enough of these. I'll have to do some math on that and craft them up. And then, oh gosh, we need to fight her again. Actually, no, we don't. I have one dream solvent. I need 4 of these. So let's go ahead and do that right now. We need one more of these. Let's go ahead and do that. Oh, and so with the team comp stuff, we have... You know, we decided against Candace before we realized that she was, in fact, on the Cyno banner as predicted, which is a bit of a bummer because now it's like, oh, I've full stopped working on her artifact set. We've committed the artifact set that I had shown on her to Xingqiu. Other development, I got D-Luke skin and Wolf's Gravestone. I got a couple wishes off on the standard banner. I knew I was past 70, so I was kind of willing to use a Primo Gem or 2 over there. And I got Wolf's Gravestone. We leveled it up to 90, which is where all my Crystal and Mystic Enhancement ores went. Dumb move by me, I guess. I had over 1,000 of them. They're all gone. But we got Wolf's Gravestone now, which is hype. So he's level 90, or he's level 80. The weapon is level 90. We still got a lot of work to do on the artifact set. We're gonna move him to Crimson Witch, but we also leveled up our Xingqiu. He's level 80. We got the Sacrificial Sword up to level 80, and he's rocking that Noblesse Oblige set that we were showing off earlier. He's a bit more of a healer because of this piece. He's lacking a little bit in the damage, but he has a lot of damage resistance that he is providing, as well as healing from his rain swords. So it kind of works. We've kind of finally finished our D-Luke team, and I wanted to... Oh, hello. I wanted to take this opportunity while I had you guys here to talk about future team plans. So we have the current iteration of anger management. Should Kusanali, the Dendro Archon, should she be a healer or a really insane Dendro applier, she will probably take Kokomi's place. If she's a healer, she certainly will take Kokomi's place. Then we can run full into Aggravate and really, really nail down our Cyno's potential, because the Dendro Elemental Resonance Sprawling Greenery Elemental Mastery increased by 50 after triggering a Dendro reaction. All party members gain 30 Elemental Mastery for 6 seconds after triggering Aggravate, Spread, Hyperbloom, Burgeon. Party members gain 20 Elemental Mastery. The durations of the aforementioned effects will be counted independently. So if we have Aggravate and Quicken, which we will both be happening, we're looking at 100 Elemental Mastery coming in from the Dendro Resonance, which will almost make up all of the loss that we would have had from Diona ult, specifically, which was 200. We still have the Instructor set on our lovely Dendro Traveler. She has the Sapwood Blade, which is giving 105 Elemental Mastery. If we get another refinement, it'll be 120. Instructor is giving 120 itself, in addition to the 60 Elemental Mastery that is coming from this passive talent. It's a lot of Elemental Mastery being pushed out. And how much fun is this? Elemental Mastery increases Yae Miko's damage by 0.15% of every point of Elemental Mastery she gets. So if she has Elemental Mastery, which she has a little bit, she also benefits from a Dendro team. So I think it's just really, really, really fun. I think this team looks a lot stronger than the other team, despite, you know, maybe we're not maximizing the elemental mastery buffs. It's going to be a lot easier for Cyno to deal damage in this team effectively, and I'm very excited about it. So if we get Kusanali, or Nahida, Lesser Lord, whatever you want to call her, I think the specific name they're going to use in the game is Nahida. So we'll say Nahida. If she fits this team really well, I'm probably going to get her regardless because I have all the other Archons, so I'm kind of like pretending that that's a good enough reason to wish for another character. If she's of value, then we will look into her as well. Getting her into either Kokomi's spot or the Dendro Traveler spot. I'm really not comfortable playing without a shielder or a healer, so if she's a shielder or a healer, she can go in Kokomi's spot. If she's just a Dendro support, then we can put her in the Traveler spot. I don't think I would replace Yeimiko because this is now the only team that Yeimiko is on. Also, as far as why not just use Sucrose or Kazuha? Well, I don't have Kazuha, but why not use Sucrose? She gives a ton of elemental mastery. She'd work pretty well. She's over here in the Shotokan's team. I have a rule that I do not duplicate characters in any team. Now, you may immediately notice that Bennett is in 2 teams. Well, that's my fault. Bennett is not supposed to be in this team. As soon as I have a better Pyro healer, a different Pyro healer, he's out of there. I've thought about Toma. I don't have Toma yet, but that's something I've considered as far as this team goes. Every other team does not have a repeat character. Oh, whoops. That is a repeat character. Let's fix that. There we go. Yosh! So, yeah, we have a couple teams here that we are looking into the future for. Anger Management is the current team that we will be building. Once we have Cyno, the team will be done. Unless Kusanali, Nahida, Dendro Archon, unless she is going to take Kokomi's role, then Kokomi will move to Chincho down here, which is our child Taser team. We're very excited about the possibility of that working out pretty well. And then we have DirectTV, which is our physical Kaya build. We're looking at a nice crit rate buff from the Cryo. We're getting the nice Electro Superconduct reactions here. And Shikano and Heizo is going to be our actual damage dealer while Kaya messes around with his Aquila Favonia. The reason it's called DirectTV is because there's a channel called Dish. They are a TV provider, but they are also a YouTuber and streamer. I'm sure Dish also streams. She's a big physical Kaya player. So I thought, I'm not Dish. Let me name it a different TV provider, DirectTV. I'm a genius. It's super funny. And Chincho is a water electric type Pokemon. That's pretty straightforward. I like having fun names for my teams. Shotokans, Toffs, Pupils, Assault Team. Assault Team is based on Sword Art Online, obviously. Diluc is Kirito. That's kind of the vibes that we're looking at there. This is... It should... Well, okay, yeah. So there was another name for this team at one point. There were excuse me. They were Apocalypse or Four Horsemen, because you have famine, pestilence, death, and war. Were kind of the vibes of these 4 characters, respectively. But then I found out that pestilence isn't actually one of the 4 horsemen. Or it is. I don't really know. Toff's Pupils kind of works, in my opinion, because we have the Geo characters. They're the Earthbenders. It kind of works. So we'll just stick with that. Shotokans, for obvious reasons, all the girls like Bennett. Which is just too bad, because Bennett sucks, if I'm being honest. I hate him so much. So, this team I'm willing to disband if I can find a better team for Hu Tao. And then Sucrose is free to join this team, maybe down the line, or this team, if it works better for Kaya. I'm just excited to build Heizo. I got a level 90 R3 Solar Pearl waiting for him. So we're excited for the future of that. Apparently, Tartaglia is like the best character in the game these days. I didn't know this when I made my tier list. Apparently, he's just S tier all of a sudden, so he can have his moment to shine in this team, which will have to move Raiden Shogun two teams over, because this team that we've rebuilt around Cyno instead of Raiden Shogun was originally called Kyrim, the Pokemon, for reasons unknown. She's moved down to the Taser team. I think she'll do pretty well over here. Beto and Barbara have high ult costs, I think, so it'll work for them. With that being said, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope that this update on the team was enjoyable to watch. I'm excited about the future of this team and many others. We're hopeful that Cyno is absolutely the GOAT. We're hopeful that Kusanali is a Dendro Shielder Healer applier. He's just absolute god tier character of all 3 stats. Does literally everything I want and more. What is happening? I hope she's just absolutely broken. I hope Dea comes in a long time from now so that I can actually save up for her and get her as well. The D-Luke killer, ladies and gentlemen. With that being said, thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.